The question when teams in smaller classes dominate is how would they do if they played against higher class teams? Well, folks, we just might find that out here this morning as we get set for one of the most unique matchups at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. The top team in Class C2, three-time defending champs in Class D1, Pender, taking on unranked but very talented Millard North, one of the stalwarts of girls basketball in Class A. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Lou, probably don't need to mention this, first ever meeting between these two schools. A remarkable opportunity to see two celebrated programs in very different classes measure themselves against each other. I cannot wait to see how it turns out.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. You always you cheer for the smaller schools,
Sure.
right? I mean, I kind of referenced a moment ago the Hoosiers story, the small class team that beat the top team. But, Pender's a team I think that can compete with just about anybody. They've got a lot of talent. It's going to be an uphill battle, I think, against Millard North, but anything can happen.
That it can, and anything can certainly happen when you're Pender, a team that has so much talent top to bottom. You can talk about the Dolliver sisters. You can talk about what Myra Hansen can do.
Yeah.
But, they also have a player who's playing D2 basketball next year, Hadley Walsh, who's been key for them this year offensively and defensively. If they have a go-to player they need to go to down the stretch, more often than not, it's her.
Yeah, no question about it. 16.7 rebounds as well as 4 assists a game, 2 steals. Does it all. I think, we just in the last ball game with Briar Ray, we saw a player with a high motor, and Walsh is that player for really this whole Pender team plays with a high motor, but Walsh is kind of she's the catalyst, does so many things well, and will that's something that for Millard North, playing a smaller school, maybe if you scout them well, you're going to see Hadley Walsh, and you're going to be saying that's a player that can play at any level.
Millard North, meanwhile, has players that can play at any level. They're 7-3 in Class A. But again, maybe a little bit ahead of schedule in the minds of many. Lost some key players, but they have a freshman in Maya McKenzie who is as good as anybody. She has started her high school career better than just about anyone ever has.
Well, we talked about it today, right? The how much better girls basketball is in the last 15 years since we started doing this, and I think that starts with freshmen. And Mia McKenzie is a player at 18 points and 6 rebounds as a freshman in Class A. That tells you that she is a talented player. I have not had a chance to see her play yet. I'm excited to watch a young player and what she brings to the table. A great player, 74% as well from the free throw line. So I'm pretty sure she's going to want to try to get there a few times today.
2.5 steals per game as well, getting it done on both sides of the ball. We'll talk full starting lineups, tell you more about these schools, get you set for action coming up. You're watching the Nebraska Girls High School Basketball Showcase on News Channel.
Sports is brought to you by Hebron Central Market, your locally owned grocery store in Hebron, a proud supporter of the Titans. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Fuel your journey by starting at a Speedy Mart store near you. From the small communities in Nebraska to the larger cities, the staff at Speedy Marts are ready to serve you with food, fuel, and rewards. Save 5 cents per gallon with the Fuel Your Journey fill-up plus additional bonus savings. Download the app for mobile pay, offering customers the highest quality branded food and treats, fresh, ready, and convenient. Check out SpeedyMart.com for locations and job opportunities.
Back at Kearney High School, getting set for Game 4 of the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase featuring Millard North taking on Pender. Let's talk School Spotlight, brought to you by the Kearney Chamber of Commerce, proudly supporting the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase, celebrating talent and investing in Kearney's future. We talked about Millard North. That magical run they had to the state title in 2019 included a 3-overtime victory over Lincoln Pius X in the semifinals. They've made 19 trips to state all-time, 3 in a row. Their only state championship, though, came in 2019. Their head coach, Chris Paulson. Meanwhile, Pender, they have seen a lot of success at state of late. Winners of 3 straight titles, 2 straight in D1. Their first was in Class C2. They were also D1 champs in 2013 and runners-up in 2011. They've made 11 state tournaments all time, so you do the math. Almost half of their appearances at state, they make it to the title game. They've been at state 3 years in a row for head coach Jason Dolliver. And Lou, we talk about Pender and the success that they've seen. We've covered so much girls basketball, and where we've been based in Northeast Nebraska, covering a lot of smaller schools. And we always say when you see like a dominant Crofton team or a dominant Humphrey St. Francis team, wonder how they do against a Class A or against a Pius or somebody like that. It's amazing that we get the opportunity to find out something like that. And Pender is a team. Coach Dolliver has talked about it before. The importance of scheduling up. The record that they have, 11-1, that loss is to a South Dakota team that basically plays at the Class B level and is generally a team that wins a lot of games come February and March. He's not afraid of anybody. They will play anywhere against anyone at any time, and this game is a testament to that.
As you mentioned, West Central, a very good program, and a basically a Class B equivalent in the state of Nebraska. But, you're right. I think it's kind of cool to see this. This is obviously a state championship caliber team in Pender, and a team that, so it's not like we're saying, let's see how Pender does past their prime. This is their prime, so this is going to be an interesting matchup.
You want to know how good this team is? Everybody knows how good Wynot is. 5 days ago, they beat Wynot 56-22. Wow. Pender is rolling. They're coming off a 69-12 win over Lions Decatur Northeast just 2 days ago. As we see the on-court graphics here at Kearney High School. Kearney Chamber of Commerce does such a great job doing it up big for these teams, making this feel like a state championship atmosphere. Millard North coming into this one with a record of 7-3. As we take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. We talked about Mackenzie, 18 points per game. Clara Welker, one of just 3 seniors on this Mustang roster. She's a good one, 10 points, 6 rebounds. She's been big for them on their runs to state the last few years. As they come into this one, they're probably the most rested team here. They've not played since Tuesday. Nail-biter. They beat a very good Papillion La Vista team, 48-46. They came into that one smarting a bit after a loss to Omaha Westview, who comes in, that was a 50-37 loss. As for the Pender starting 5, we talked about, it really, I think, underscores how good Hadley Walsh is, that she can have the kind of stats that she has with these players in the starting 5. The Dolliver sisters, Madeline and Macy, average about 17.5 a game between them. Macy also leads the team in steals per game. And you've got Myra Hansen, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists per game as well. One of those players that on a different roster would probably be a bigger star. But like we saw with Oakland Craig in the previous game, a team that everybody kind of knows their role, knows where they fit, knows that they need to step up and be more of a scorer, or maybe take a back seat, be a screener, a roller, a rebounder, a defender. Coach Dolliver has this team on such a great team level, has them playing great team basketball. That's why they're 11-1. coming into this matchup.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a great starting lineup for that Pender ball club. You mentioned Myra Hansen. She's a player very capable of scoring.
Yep.
When Hadley Walsh was on the bench in that West Central game, she stepped up and became a scorer in that game, and I think she could be an X factor today. I know that if you're Millard North, you're scouting, you're going the Dolver sisters, man. They're so active and quick up and down the floor, and certainly Walsh is a great player. If you forget about Myra Hansen, you do that to your own detriment.
That game over Lions Decatur Northeast, a big win. Hadley Walsh led the way in that one, had 23 points and 3 assists. A lot of bench players were able to get in and get some time, which is key for them. They have shown their depth. It was Holloway coming off the bench with 11 for them in that one. But, this is a team that can go 7-8 deep. They have a strong rotation. And when you talk about the difference between championship teams and great teams at the C2 D1 level, that's what it is. It's depth. It's the ability to bring in other players and not have the level of play decline at all.
Right. You want players coming off the bench not just to spell your starters, but to contribute. And this team certainly does. There's no doubt about that. And they've had some good wins. This might be, if they can get a win here today, it might be their best win, beat a Class A team like Millard North. But even in that West Central loss for Pender, it was a back and forth game that came right down the wire. West Central played a little better at the end of the ball game. What can you say about Pender? Just a quality program, quality team here this season.
And look, so is Millard North, right? They've been one of the premier girls basketball programs for basically 6 years running. Like I said, coming off that win over Papillion La Vista, Mackenzie had 22.6 rebounds in that game. The one thing about Millard North that Pender will have on them, and let's face it, everybody they play, shooting. Pender as a team, folks, shoots 38% from 3. That's insane. That's good for an NBA team, let alone a Class C2 girls basketball team in Northeast Nebraska.
Mustangs will have to close out on that three-point line. I'm sure they're aware of that. And you've got to play good defense along that perimeter against Pender, as you just mentioned, a great shooting team. Millard North, a couple of good wins on the season. They beat Lincoln High. They beat Omaha Westview. Their losses, the 3 teams they lost to, Papillion, Millard West, Omaha North, 26-8 combined.
Pender winning the opening tip, and we are underway in this C2 versus A matchup at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska. Pendragons going down low early on, getting the roll. Hadley Walsh strikes first for the Pendragons.
Yeah, Walsh, that's exactly what you want to do, is get her going early, get her in a rhythm. Good post touch there and a finish.
Mallory Klossman gives it up to the freshman, now looking down low. And I have a feeling Millard North will want to do that early, try to use their size inside. That's Clara Welker.
Definitely the advantage that Millard North has is size, and certainly you want to utilize that.
Welker is 6'1" senior. Millard North trying to press, called for the foul on the floor. That could be an equalizer. Mackenzie called for the foul, her first.
And you mentioned depth. Like Millard North, most Class A teams, you've got players that are good players that come off the bench. So that size and that depth certainly will be something Millard North will try to take advantage of.
Spinning in the lane, Walsh. Whew. That shows you she can play at any level in the state of Nebraska.
Man.
Hadley Walsh with 4.
Yeah, that was a big-time move by Hadley Walsh.
Top of the key, Mackenzie. Marked defensively by Hansen. Off the ball reversal, the 3, strong. Pender the rebound. Off the miss by Welker. Walsh into the open court. Macy Dolliver gives up to Maddie Dolliver. Touch back out, Dolliver from college range. In and out. Rebound Mackenzie.
That looked good.
Millard North wanting to run. Pender staying with him, forcing the turnover. Millard North gets it back. Mackenzie, reverse lay-in, might have been blocked. Out with it with the rebound is Hansen. You had Kaylee Schrader there defensively. High post, taken away. Millard North forces the steal. That's a great job defensively by McMahon. Shot in the lane falls. And it's been Clara Welker early on finding room tying the game at 4.
Got 6'1" frame. Can't teach height. Pender will have to try to do a better job keeping that ball out of the paint.
Another steal on the pressure, forced inside, ball loose, taken right back. Hadley Walsh the steal. Into the front court, Pender's got numbers, kicked left side. Dolliver thought 3, thought better of it. Wanted the drive and kick, Millard North the swipe. Now the Mustangs on the gallop. Kicked out, well read, Walsh the steal. Up and under move down low, hand came down. Pender heads to the line. That's Kaylee Schrader, the 6-foot junior.
A good move in the lane there. McKenzie, as you mentioned, brought that hand down. Want to make that, in that case, Schrader to shoot over the top of you. Even though she got a lot of ball, a lot of times when you bring that hand down, you get that foul called against you.
Our first quarter brought to you by John Henry's. Their family serving yours, as you might imagine. Pender, pretty good free throw shooting team, 64% on the season. Kaylee Schrader misses the second. Long rebound, eventually tracked down by Kinley Anderson. So Millard North trailing. Early going. This is Mariana Zafir Murphy. Rotated left side. I think the interesting thing in this game, Lou, will be, Millard North, they're going to have more depth. They rotate in basically a 10-player rotation. How fresh those legs will be come fourth quarter. Welker, good shot, just didn't get the roll. Walsh tracks down the rebound. Dolliver. Curling to the rack, high window, no. Izzy Galligan off and running. Pender got back, Galligan. Oh, my! Off the look-off. Keeps it herself, uses glass. Has her first bucket.
That was a heck of a shot.
And another steal in the backcourt. This pressure really giving Pender fits. 3 doesn't find the roll. Rebound out of bounds. Last touched by Millard North.
If you're Pender, you got to take care of the basketball. A lot of athleticism and size that you're going against in Millard North. And I think, much like anybody to be considered an underdog, you want to keep this game close. And you're going to really play into Millard North's hands if you're turning it over a lot.
Got to look at Chris Paulson, head coach of Millard North. Into the front court comes Pender. That time able to break the press. Millard North will settle in defensively. Dolliver. Walsh wants 3. Rebound still alive. Rolls to Dolliver. She'll take the second chance triple. In and out. Another chance for Pender.
Love the energy from the Dollivers.
Oh, what a pass. Draw 2 defenders. Finds the open player, Myra Hansen, her first bucket.
I think that's the thing that stands out most about Pender. Not just their athletic ability or basketball skills. They're just smart. They play the game well together. They share the basketball exceptionally well.
15 assists per game as a team. Now Millard North back out with it. Right side off the up fake comes Destiny Holverson. She has it swiped.
Just lost it.
Up ahead, Walsh. Extra pass through the wickets. Millard North back with it. Both these teams like to run. Holverson to Welker. Millard North will settle in. High post poked away, stolen. Turnover is an issue for both squads thus far.
5 each.
There's
now
another
6.
one. Make it 6 for Pender.
That's an unforced turnover, too. That's got to make Coach Dolliver a little upset there. You can live with some that are forced. The mental ones, the unforced errors that you throw away, those are the ones that are tough to live with.
McKenzie back into the game. Jordan McMahon checking back in as well for Millard North. Trailing Pender early on. McKenzie over to Kinley Anderson. High screen, poked away, ball still loose. Millard North stays with it. Right side. That's Anderson. Missed everything. Hanson the rebound. Now Pender trying to extend their lead. Skip pass. Back to the wing. Dolliver. Off the high post. A lot of contact there. They're going to get Pender with the foul. That was Briley Mosser setting the screen, seeing her first action. Fouls on Destiny Holverson, her first. You see a replay there. Brought to you in part by Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close. Also brought to you by Meade Lumber, making you feel at home from design to finish.
Holverson could pick up a charge if moves her feet a little bit better.
Off the inbound, Hadley Walsh with 6 of Pender's 9 early going.
Walsh getting some good looks here. That's a positive sign for the Pendragons.
Splitting defenders, good, strong drive. Short-armed it, though. Mosser the rebound. That was Zafir Murphy. Walsh wasting no time. To the rack, got the roll. Hadley Walsh has come to play. 8 points already.
Yeah, she's playing great basketball right now. Good thing she's a senior. She might enter the transfer portal. You never know, right?
McKenzie trying to get established, took steps. Pender's half-court defense forcing a turnover there.
Boy, both teams really struggling with turnovers. But Pender off to that great start. You think about Millard North's, their side of things playing a team like this, kind of a no-win situation. You win, you're supposed to win, right? If you lose to a C2 team.
What a pass, what a press break. Beautifully done. That's Macy Dolliver with the find. Briley Mosser's first bucket. Pender up 7. They have scored 8 unanswered.
Can't run it any better than that.
Skip left side for a 3. Got it. Nothing but the bottom. Mallory Klossman. 43% three-point shooter on the year. Got to find her if you're Pender.
No question about it. Mustang's not going to panic. A lot of basketball left to be played.
Klossman. Now back up top. Dolliver spots up from college range. Rebound, Zafir Murphy. Up ahead, McKenzie carried it. Freshman trying to start a fast break. Might have trapped it on her hip a little bit. Pender going to the bench once again. Kaylee Schrader returning to the contest. Allie Rutar checking in for the first time. Madeline Dolliver returning to the game as well.
We'll see how the subs, we might mention both teams good benches for their classes.
Shot clock off for Pender. Walsh, they emptied the corner, no help, got the roll. Hadley Walsh double figures in the first quarter. Galligan won't be able to get it off, and how about the Pendragons leading Millard North after 1? And it's Hadley Walsh, the All-Stater, already in double figures. Pendragons up 6. You're watching the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Memorial Community Hospital and Health System. Proudly supports the Fort Calhoun Pioneers. We're on your team providing quality care close to home. And by News Channel Nebraska. Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
$15 to 9, Pender with the lead over Millard North after 1 alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Lou, we got a lot of basketball to go, but Pender is showing they are not afraid of a Class A opponent.
No, they've came out and played with that energy that you want to see out of Pender. Then they've been able to play at a fast pace, and that suits them very well. Now, I'm not saying Millard North can't play at that same pace, but I think if Pender, if you feel like you got a chance, you want the game faster. If it becomes a half-court game, I think that goes to Millard North.
Mallory Klossman hit a 3 in that first quarter, gives it up to McKenzie. The star freshman has yet to score, has only attempted one shot. Left side McMahon. McKenzie thought 3. Picked up by Hanson. Shot clock a going concern for the Mustangs. Welker can't hit. Walsh the rebound. Pender off and running. Ooh, a little too much paprika on that pass. It'll go back to Millard North.
I think both coaches will admit that their teams have, even though you want to speed it up a little bit, you got to stay under control. 7 turnovers on both sides right now. Not what either team wants.
Got to stay within yourself. Galligan. Welker, who's played well early on. He didn't close out on the 3. She can't make him pay. Dolliver the rebound. And then a foul on Millard North a long ways away from the hoop. That'll be on Jordan McMahon.
Again, those fouls, those will come back and bite you later.
Hadley Walsh. Look out, telegraph that pass. Millard North, they're keeping 3 defenders in the backcourt, Lou, and they're all so active. Every pass has got to be crisp and on point.
Yeah, if Pender is not careful, you're going to, that can open up the game for Millard North. You're right, a lot of athleticism and size in that backcourt.
This time Pendragon's into the front court. Hanson on the drive, left hand. Rolls empty. Into the arms eventually of Mallory Klossman. Here's Welker. Entry pass. There were 3 Pendragons there. They take it away. Hanson. They're setting this one up for Macy Dolliver. Dribble handoff. Right side, Dolliver wants 3. Gets 3! Madeline Dolliver's first bucket. Pender doubling up Millard North.
And you got to be very cognizant of those shooters. Pender can shoot the lights out from downtown. You've got to close out on the Dollivers especially.
McKenzie showing her athleticism. She'll get to the rack, draws the foul, and we'll head to the line in our second quarter, which is supported by Steve Carper and the crew out at O Street Carpet.
McKenzie with her chance there to put some points on the board.
That foul, by the way, on Hadley Walsh, her first. McKenzie wastes no time. Doesn't dribble or anything. Gets it up right away. Missed both of them. That is strange for her. She's a 74% free throw shooter on the season. In and out on the 3 from Hanson. Offensive rebound corralled by Dolliver. Now from NBA range, shot blocked at the top of the key by McKenzie. Reaching going to be called on Pender.
A lot of action there.
Yeah.
I love the way really both of the Dollivers, that time Macy, just so active and so aggressive. Not the biggest player in the world, but again, a player that plays with so much energy.
McKenzie, no help over there. They emptied out the quarter. Uses her athleticism, her first bucket of the game.
They're probably going to have some help on McKenzie. She is very athletic, very quick to the bucket.
Back to a 7-point lead for Pender. Walsh, the drive and dish. Dolliver into the lane. Shot blocked. Follows it up. Kicks out. Hanson. No. And the rebound, McKenzie. Off and running. McKenzie, coast to coast. Off the window.
McKenzie is waking up. That's a good thing for Millard North.
Back to a 2-possession game. Walsh, pestered. Timeout called by Pender. Will take one as well. Millard North starting to come alive a bit. Mustangs back within 5. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. Stick around for our halftime show. We'll show you our halftime highlights, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Lou Siefker, Eric McKay, Brandon Axeman. Second quarter, Pender has led for most of this game. They've been up by as much as 9, but Millard North has seen Mia McKenzie hit a couple of buckets. If she gets going, the complexion of this game drastically changes.
Very difficult one-on-one matchup for Pender. McKenzie has that ball rolling there. Very difficult.
That shot blocked. Dolliver hitting the deck. Pender fans wanted a foul, didn't get it. Millard North starting to show their athleticism defensively. Kicked out. Galligan bumped. Izzy Galligan working the dribble drive on Dolliver. That'll be Macy Dolliver's first.
Coach Dolliver not happy with that call.
I will say, you watch Coach Dolliver coach a game, his opinions are well known.
Yeah. Doesn't keep him to himself, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he is a very external communicator. Jordan McMahon. McKenzie was calling for the entry pass, didn't get it. Now, extra pass in the lane, getting the roll. Clara Welker's played well. She's got 6, back to a one-possession game.
Mustangs moving the ball a lot better now than they did earlier in the ballgame.
Walsh already in double figures for Pender. Swatted away. McKenzie off and running. Good soft touch off the dead sprint. Pender couldn't catch her. She's got 6 this quarter.
You want McKenzie to work for her points. Those turnovers make those points a lot easier when she's able to get out and run.
8 unanswered for the Mustangs. Left side. Off the entry, rattling home in the lane. Briley Mosser with 4.
Good paint touch there for Pender.
Galligan surveying. Off the McKenzie screen. Welker. Almost got 3 seconds there. 3 on the wing, won't go. Battle for the rebound, won by Millard North. Back to Klossman with a fresh shot clock. Welker. McKenzie picked up by Hansen. McKenzie wants to go one-on-one, can't do it, but an open 3, too strong. And a foul on Millard North on the rebound. Good position by Dolliver. They get Izzy Galligan with her first.
Both the Dolliver sisters, despite, not that they're super short or anything, but they're not the tallest young ladies, but they do a great job of getting inside position. They're active, move their feet, and that's what you want out of a, certainly off defensive rebounds is to find that position, get in position as that shot goes up.
Pender breaking the press this time. Hansen's got a clear path. Good closeout, though. Offensive rebound, and Pender will head to the line.
That time, Mosser trailing the play. You never assume the shot's going in. Mosser there, nobody in front of her. Trails the play nicely, gets the offensive rebound and the foul.
Foul on Kinley Anderson, her first. Mosser misses the front end. 65% free throw shooter coming into this afternoon. Missed them both, though. Long rebound tracked down by Holverson. Holverson waiting. High screen, rolls, kicks, extra pass, great ball movement. Not rewarded with a shot, though. Holverson, great effort. Kicking out, eventually finds its way to Klossman. Millard North has time to reset. McKenzie. Zafir Murphy back up top. Pender not allowing anything easy. Off the window, no. Rebound tracked down by Pender. Great defensive stand there by the Penn Dragons. Double dribble, though, up ahead of it. Will give it right back to Millard North.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You did a great job playing defense. Nothing easy for Millard North. Get the rebound and then immediately turn it over. And now you have to go back and play defense. That's what not only physically taxes you at times, but mentally taxes you when you're not able to even get a shot off after regaining possession.
Join us for our halftime show brought to you by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. One possession game. Pender's led by as much as 9. Anderson. McKenzie. Flossman. In and out. Galligan. Pender is not allowing them to get past them on the dribble drive. McKenzie pulls up, deadens it on the back of the rim. That's a tough shot. She's 4 for 4 from the field this quarter.
That's what happens when you're good. Those shots fall in. That was, you're right, stuck on the back there, but McKenzie able to make those type of shots.
Hansen in and out from 3. Pender has been snake bitten from 3 this quarter. They've hit just 1 in 5 attempts. McKenzie wants 3. That one missed everything. Rebound eventually finds its way to Walsh. Shot clock is off. Pender doesn't care. They're off and running. Walsh blows past the defense. Hadley Walsh. 12 points for the senior.
That's a great job by Walsh to not only get that rebound, but then to take off down the floor, beat Millard North, get an easy bucket.
Walsh 6 of 7 from the field in the first half. Millard North are trying that inside-out game. Another turnover. Time for Pender. Spotting up. Drilling the 3 to beat the buzzer. What a flurry by the Penn Dragons. Allie Reuter. And Pender will head to the half with a 6-point lead over Millard North. It's Allie Reuter from Steph Curry range. Nothing but the bottom. Penn Dragons with the lead. This is NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Halftime here in Kearney, a Class A gymnasium and a Class A school trailing at the half to Class C2 Pender, 25-19. Penn Dragons and Mustangs both traveling a long ways to get here to Kearney as we take a look at the map of the teams taking part in today's contests. We've got a great one up next as well after this. Broken Bow taking on Fort Calhoun, but you see Pender and Millard North. Lou, you talked earlier about Millard North and why do you take a game like this? Some fans might look at it as a no-lose. I think it's the experience. A lot of coaches talk about going to off-season camp. Some of them will do tournaments in Arizona over the holidays. Just some type of experience where a team can bond together with one another. Win or lose, I think the experience of Millard North coming out here, getting a chance to play a team that they've never seen before, I think that's an opportunity to just build a program, build a team. Again, there's just 3 seniors on this squad, so a young squad, an opportunity like this is an experience that can help them down the line.
Well, I think you're also attracted, even though it's Class C2, Pender's a good basketball
Absolutely.
school, and Pender's ahead here at halftime, so you knew you were going to have a good basketball game. It doesn't really matter what the conversation is outside of the locker room. It's what do the kids think, and the kids know that they're in for a good game. And you're absolutely right. The idea of going to a place here like Kearney, have a lot of fun, play a quality team, that's a great bonding experience for this team.
There you see the Mustangs. We talk about these great opportunities we've had at News Channel Nebraska. The first year we covered state, that classic semifinal between Millard North and Lincoln Pius X that went to 3 overtimes. Millard North eventually winning the state championship that year. And then you've got a team like Oakland Craig, who we'll see here, like Pender, who we'll see here with Coach Jason Dolliver. We just saw Oakland Craig. All the success that they've had there over the years, 3 straight state championship games. Again, the amazing thing I saw in looking at this, Pender has been to state only 11 times ever. 5 of those times they have gone to the title game. When they get to state, they do well.
That's they're one of those very successful teams in Lincoln. As far as Pender taking a game like this, it tells me, number one, is that Coach Oliver wants to continue to play really great competition and get ready for March. You're not worried about winning streaks. You don't care about things like that. You care about March and getting to that postseason and winning. And I think that's certainly why you take games like this. You if you're playing up, you love that competition. You love tackling a Class A team here like Millard North.
Let's take a look at our halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. As Pender, they showed early on, Lou, that they were going to not be afraid at all of this Class A opponent, in particular Hadley Walsh, showing she's an all-stater at any level.
Yeah, Walsh a great player, but this whole team came out firing, and they got off to a great start. You got to do that when you're the underdog. But Millard North using that size inside. Walker there at 6'1" is a very tough matchup.
Great play there by Izzy Galligan, someone who I think they'd like to see get going a little bit more in the second half. And Hadley Walsh, she's been so good. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 6 of 7 shooting from the floor. Millard North has struggled to stay in front of her. For the Mustangs, when their offense was able to get going, as we look at another Walsh highlight, it's been what they've been able to do, forcing turnovers. In the half court, Pender's defense has been really good at keeping the Mustangs from getting comfortable.
Well, I think one thing for Millard North in the second half is I think they have to have more direction in their offense. They just seem to, not really sure what they want to do at times. I think you're just going to have to be more aggressive. And again, use that size, use a player here like McKenzie who can take you off the dribble and try to get those opportunities, those matchup opportunities against Pender.
McKenzie did get going, 8 points in the second quarter. This was how the first half ended, though, as Millard North is getting back in this thing. They trailed by as much as 9, and then you get Allie Reuter hitting that 3. By the way, just the second 3 that Pender hit in the first half. They did not shoot well at all from deep, just 2 of 9, but they were 9 of 13 inside the paint against a larger team like Millard North. That says a lot about what Coach Dolliver's strategy was coming in and their ability to execute it.
I think you start out trying to get the ball in the paint and trying to score, have those paint touches, those low post opportunities, because you've got players that can make those shots. And then when that defense has to adjust to that, that's when you've got your three-point shooters. It's a great three-point shooting team is Pender. And so I expect that they'll probably have some opportunities there in the second half to knock down some threes. I think Pender's going to have to shoot better from 3 in the second half if they're going to pull this one off.
Both teams 50% from the field in the first half.
Wow.
Not too bad at all. And at the break, 25-19, Pender with the lead. More halftime show coming up. This is NCN.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Community Partners, because your life matters and help is always here. And by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
Our halftime show is proudly presented by RMV Construction. If you have a construction project that needs to be built, RMV Construction is the company you need to call. They're good enough for the Department of Transportation. They're good enough for anybody. And the building you see there is the DOT's brand new regional maintenance facility built by RMV Construction. The DOT's trusted RMV Construction now on multiple occasions. They've built projects all over the state, here in Kearney, also up in Burwell, out west in McCook. Large facilities, offices, buildings for maintenance for the state of Nebraska. Any project that fits your needs, RMV Construction has the experience, the reliability, and the local pride to get the job done right. RMV Construction has offices in Kearney and Lincoln. Trusted, local, proven. Back after this with the second half, it's the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together. NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Fair. Save the date, July 22nd through the 27th for the Buffalo County Fair in Kearney. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
25-19, Pender with the lead over Millard North as we get set to start the second half alongside Lou Seithker. I'm Eric McKay. Millard North coming into this game, this is a team that's used to playing pretty well offensively. They average 52 points a game, 19 at the half, not something that the Mustangs are accustomed to. I'll be interested to see what their adjustments are. They were able to get Mackenzie loose a little bit in the second half, get her going. She had 8 in the second. If that continues, Pender might be in trouble here in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Mackenzie, obviously a great scorer. I just thought there were times in the offensive sets, the half-court sets, that Millard North just lacked a little direction. They weren't quite sure what they wanted to do. I think you want to try to be in the paint a lot here in the second half. You've got a size advantage, and I think you're going to try to attack and try to, much like we saw with Oakland Craig in that first ball game that we did, is to attack, try to get to the free throw line more, and certainly try to pressure Pender, be able to have some transition opportunities.
Pender with the ball to start the second half. Trying to get what would be their first ever win over a Class A opponent. Dolliver. Entry past Kaylee Schrader. Now Hadley Walsh. 12 points, 5 rebounds in the first half. Shot clock down to 5. Boy, this is great defense by Millard North. Going to have to force one up. Hansen can't hit. That is about as well as the Mustangs can defend in the half court.
Yeah, that's a great defensive stand there by Millard North. Not even able to get a shot off. This one, as after the buzzer, gets blocked out of bounds. But I think that probably is where that starts. It's just being a little more aggressive in Millard North, and that starts on the defensive end.
Myra Hansen is the one Pender player who's been kind of quiet, just 2 points, did not shoot the ball well. Meanwhile, there's Mia McKenzie getting inside. She has made 5 in a row after missing her first shot. She's got 10.
That was a touch in the paint. McKenzie with the finish, and that's what Millard North wants to do.
There's Dolliver. On the dribble drive. Oh, the pass was there. The receiver not ready, and Millard North gets the turnover.
The other thing for Millard North, just to take care of the basketball in the second half. 10 turnovers in the first half. That allowed Pender to have the runs that they did.
Welker on the wing. Works baseline over the second defender. Allows the offensive rebound, draws damage, and will head to the line. Clara Welker had 6 points in the first half, looking to add to her total here.
Yeah, I think she could be very much a factor for Millard North for the Mustangs here in the second half. Again, 6'1" frame, good inside player.
Welker hits the first, back to a one-possession game.
Lefty out there, left-handed free throw. I think there's a lot of lefties this year.
Yeah, we have seen quite a few southpaws. 68% free throw shooter, so it's working for her.
My wife and all my kids are left-handed. I'm the only oddball, the righty in the family.
Explains a lot. Welker with 8. I don't actually think it does. Welker with 8 points, back to a 2-point game.
Just wear it on your own, Lou. It doesn't matter what hand you're on.
Dolliver into the front court. Picked up by Mallory Klossman defensively. Entry pass tipped, taken away. Galligan. Now the recipient up ahead. Up top, Welker. And now McKenzie. Welker steps into one. Straddling the College line. Rebound to Walsh. Secondary break. Myra Hansen steps into one.
Long three there by Hansen. Well, if she gets going, that's another scoring option for Pender.
Galligan's three's too strong. Dolliver has the rebound. Izzy Galligan just 2 points in the first half. Millard North gets the steal. College range, short, out of bounds to Pender.
A long three off the transition play. I think you think you can get a better shot than that.
Millard North just 1 of 10 from beyond the arc. Hadley Walsh to Dolliver.
Good press break.
Hand check foul. That's a bit of a speed mismatch there with Maddie Dolliver taking on Welker. Welker called for the foul. That's her first. Not much foul trouble at all, either side. Walsh backing down through the double, scooped up, no, but fouled and heading to the line. That's on Galligan. Her second. But now Hadley Walsh, the 5'11" senior. She'll be playing road games in Kearney in college. Committed to Fort Hays State to play her college ball.
She will be a good one at Fort Hays State.
She will.
Nice scoop shot there. Players like Walsh just find ways to get to the line.
Although that is her first trip to the line today. 2 for 2, Pender up 7.
I'm going to bet she'll be there a few more times.
Welker. Millard North trying to avoid that stagnation in the offensive set. Here's McKenzie, short corner. In the lane, tough angle. Boy, that's a good shot there. She is starting to feel it. 12 points for the freshman.
You see where those points are coming, though. She's able to penetrate into that lane, and a great finisher once she gets inside.
Dolliver. Hansen. Oh, what a look off. Found the opening. Great find. Briley Mosser with 6 off the bench.
A great vision there to find her underneath the basket wide open.
Welker. Swiped away. There's Dolliver with an effort play. Pender calls the timeout. We'll take one as well. Pendragons not shying away. Up 7 on Class A Millard North. It's the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street.
Third quarter here in Kearney. That's brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. And Pender is not going away. Millard North has found some more rhythm offensively, but they have not been able to disrupt Pender for the most part. Pendragons up 7, staying at an arm's length on the Class A Millard North Mustangs.
Yeah, you just love the competitive nature of this Pender team. I mean, I think Millard North is playing better here in the second half, but they're not able to shake the Pendragons.
Walsh to a streaking Hansen. She draws damage. The Pender doing a great job moving the ball here in this third quarter.
Yeah, we just and find your go-to player. In this case, Hadley Walsh. Or rather, Hansen. Walsh is such a terror, and that allows a player like Hansen to have those opportunities, and usually takes advantage of it.
Hansen misses the front end. 5 points for her. There you see Hadley Walsh on the season, 15, 7, 4 assists a game. Does a little bit of everything. She was looking to be adding to her assist total there. Instead, they get 1 at the free throw line. Hansen with 6. Pender up 8. Now, can Millard North find something in the half court? Good strong take there. Well defended, though. Hansen the rebound. Klossman can't get there.
I think the big thing for Pender is you just got to make it tough when Millard North does penetrate. Make those shots difficult. They did it on that one.
Dolliver tried to go up top. Stolen, then the foul will be on Maddie Dolliver. You know, interesting thing to think about here is Pender, if they're able to finish up this game. There has never been a 2-time player of the game in this event. Now, Hadley Walsh was player of the game for Pender last year. Madeline Dolliver was player of the game for Pender 2 years ago. So there's the potential that we could see a first ever 2-time player of the game.
Yeah, that certainly could happen.
You think of all the players who have played in this event. Britt Prince has been here. That 3 off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Briley Mosser.
Britt Prince, I've heard of her.
Yeah, I wonder whatever happened to her. Tipped out. Foul called. Pender will keep. Foul was on Klossman. Now Pender. Bit awkward this possession. Millard North swarming, getting the turnover. Galligan. Up ahead, transition, triple, too strong. Offensive rebound. Millard North continues to struggle from deep, though. Just 1 make in this entire game.
He's not making the perimeter shots. Able to turn Pender over 5 times so far in this third quarter. Holverson just got fouled there. She was very active on that last defensive possession, but not able to really make hay off those 5 turnovers. Millard North has not turned it over in this third quarter.
That foul, by the way, on Allie Reuter. Tough shot. Oh, my. That's the problem. The degree of difficulty has been too easy. Yeah. Kinley Anderson, that's her first make of the afternoon.
That's pretty good help side there on that defense, but just shot over the top of them.
Walsh through the lane. It's just what she's able to do, Lou, draws 2 defenders. That means somebody's open. In this case, it was Mosser.
And again, that's what has stood out to me with Pender when I've seen them this year and before as well, as their ability to find open players and give up good shots for great shots. That's the mark of a championship team.
Both of these teams have not been great at the free throw line today. Pender was 1 for 4 in the first half. Now 4 for 6 in the second half, so getting better. And extending their lead to 7. Bad pass. Pender takes advantage. Dolliver. Walsh taking on 3 defenders and drawing the foul. The definition of fearless.
Like I said, she knows how to get to the free throw line, especially now. This much more aggressive on the dribble drive.
The foul on Anderson, her second.
You've got to try to do to Walsh, easier said than done, is stay in front of her, move your feet, and force her to spin into the lane where maybe you have some help.
4 for 4 from the land of the free in the third quarter, 16 points for the game. Hadley Walsh leading things for Pender, as they now have their largest lead at 9. How about these Pender Pendragons? Great play.
Yeah, backdoor.
Galligan, her second bucket. Credit Mallory Klossman with the assist.
Great movement without the basketball by Galligan,
which we've not seen a lot of from Millard North today.
They have been kind of unsure of themselves, I'd say, offensively. That was a very definitive half-court set.
Walsh short arms the 3. Galligan off and running. Off the pivot. Follows her shot. Can't hit the second one. Then a foul called on the rebound attempt. That'll be on Mariana Zafir Murphy. Had a couple of opportunities fall by the wayside. Then goes over the back on the third try.
Yeah, there you see just the smaller player there.
It's Hansen.
And Hansen doing a great job after that first offensive rebound. Get in there and get inside position and force her to climb your back. So not only do you do that, you draw the foul. Now you got some free throws coming.
And Pender now in the bonus. First free throw is good. Pender starting to make from the charity stripe.
Just a high IQ team is the Pender Pendragons. We saw Coach Dolliver. I don't want to make mistakes with him because he'll let you know about it.
I feel like he's going to come up here, tell us all the things we got wrong in the broadcast.
I'm probably going to be running laps because I've made a lot of mistakes.
One of the best, no doubt about it. And his Pender Pendragons are up 9 on a Class A team here in Kearney. I think the rest of Class A is watching this going, we're not doing this ever again.
Yeah, we're not going there.
Still plenty of time, though. And Millard North has shown they can get buckets in a hurry.
Absolutely. This team not out of it by any stretch, only down 9. A lot of basketball to be played.
18-second difference between shot and game clock. Good cut. Welker, tough angle. Walsh, another rebound. Shot clock's off for Pender. They don't seem particularly worried about that, though. Dolliver's three's off the mark. Rebound finds its way to Millard North. McKenzie took a shot on the bridge of the nose there underneath the hoop. Looks like she's okay. Welker short arms the shot. Might have rushed it a bit. Walsh the rebound. Then the foul. Not a great foul for Millard North. That's going to send Walsh to the line with 3.9 to go.
Yeah, not a good foul at all. And that's a bit of a frustration situation because Welker had a pretty good look. Get the ball in the lane there like that, and then it comes up short. And then you compound it with the foul, so chance to go up double digits here as the quarter comes to a close.
And Hadley Walsh has yet to miss. No field goals in the second half, but 5 for 5 from the free throw line, 17 points, 8 rebounds. Other than that, not much. Couldn't get that one, though. And now McKenzie from half court can't hit. And after 3, the Pender Pendragons have a double-digit lead on Millard North. Fourth quarter next. You're watching the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Wolf Auto with locations in Ogallala, Imperial, and Alliance. And by T&K Tire in Ogallala, locally owned and operated.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Here in the home city of UNK, not the home venue of UNK, the Lopers, you'll see them playing hoops on News Channel Nebraska later on this winter. But at Kearney High, it's all about the Class C2 team right now. 39-29, Pender with the lead on our scoreboard, brought to you in part by Aurora Cooperative, helping you add value to every aspect of your operation. Check them out at auroracoop.com. Also proudly presented by Visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney.
It's a great city here or what?
It really is.
There's so many cool things here, and certainly here at Kearney High, this gym is second to none.
Pender trying to prove themselves to be second to none. Millard North got some work to do, down 10 as we start the fourth. Boy, what a drive there. How good is she going to be? Mia McKenzie, just a freshman.
Just a great lean there to draw contact. Great scorers always find that lean, that ability to make the contact, lean through the shoulder there, picks up the foul. You're going to have to shoot well here in the second half, or the fourth quarter rather, if you're going to come back and win.
She makes both from the free throw line. 14 for McKenzie. Got to find stops. What's a great press break. Pender starting to diagnose what Millard North wants to do. That's a great pass. Schrader, her first field goal.
That was surgical.
And up ahead, a turnover, travel. Wheels starting to wobble a bit for the Mustangs.
Now you think after a couple free throws, they throw pressure at you, Millard North does, and Pender just handled it so well. Went right down and scored. Millard North needs some turnovers here, I think, and play the transition game.
Inside out, 3-ball, Maddie Dolliver. Pender's up 13.
Maddie Dolliver from the deep corner. Big time three-point shot.
McKenzie thought 3, thought better of it. Now McMahon. Galligan. Trying to get it inside to Welker. It's not there. Now she'll take the 3. Long track down rebound, Welker. Fresh shot clock. Extra pass, McMahon from straight away. Mustangs just cannot buy one from deep right now.
Ice cold.
They'll try again. Third time not the charm. Long rebound out to Dolliver. Pendragons, their fans starting to feel it.
Now for Pender, it's a matter of taking care of the basketball, find good shots. You don't need quick shots at this point.
Dolliver lost the handle, trying to get it out. And a foul going to be called on Pender. Dolliver trying to force the charge, called for her third.
And Macy Dolliver hit the ground trying to draw that charge. It was the right call by the officials. But boy, Millard North, the Mustangs just not making out perimeter shots. And now you're down 13. You don't have to panic and just start cranking threes, but you got to get some perimeter shots to fall if you have any chance to come back.
Just 1 for 15 from deep is Millard North. Skip left side. Galligan looking inside, not there. McKenzie up and under. Wow, what a shot that was. Nia McKenzie has not missed from the field since the first quarter.
You want her to take tough shots. I think you're happy. I think if you're Pender, you're happy with the defense. She just made a great shot.
Out of the trap. Pender in the front court, double dribble. Giving it back to the Mustangs. If Millard North's going to make a run, it's got to start now.
I think overall, Pendragons this second half have done a really good job defending the post. They have not allowed very many easy touches. It's been off the dribble and largely with McKenzie. And even in that case, like I said, it was good defense. McKenzie just an incredible shot maker.
Is this the one that ends the streak? It is not. Missed everything. Pender basketball. Folks, stick around for our post-game show brought to you by Custom Sports. Millard North's inability to hit a three really hurting them now. Pender quickly into the front court. Right side missed everything, but there for the offensive rebound is Hansen. That was Giselle Holloway, her first attempt of the game. Hip check foul called on Millard North. First team foul. That's Jordan McMahon's third foul. And timeout called by Millard North. We'll take one as well. Can Pender finish off the monumental upset? Find out next. You're watching the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Coming up on the halfway mark of our basketball today. We've still got 4 more games on the schedule. Following this one, it'll be Broken Bow against Fort Calhoun. Fascinating Class C1 matchup there. We'll still see Kearney, maybe the surprise in girls basketball this year. The Kearney Bearcats on their home floor tonight. You'll see them here on NCN, unbeaten in Class A. Millard North 7-3 in Class A, but hoping to not have a long trip back to Omaha at 7-4. They've got work to do. Coach Paulson's team down 11 with 4:52 to go.
Millard North's just got to be more aggressive now and maybe take some chances, try to get some steals, try to get some easy buckets. And for Pender, it's about taking care of the basketball. Just don't turn it over at work. You've done it all game. Work the basketball, find good shots.
Off the down ball screen, Dolliver can't hit the three. Offensive rebound, but taken away by McKenzie. 2-on-1 for Millard North. McKenzie takes it herself. Too strong. Offensive rebound, Welker. She can't hit. It's out of bounds to Pender.
Another missed opportunity there for the Mustangs.
Hadley Walsh into the front court. Has not made a field goal in the second half, and yet Pender has extended their lead. Walsh still with 17.
Points from the free throw line here in the second half.
5 of 6 from the land of the free. Walsh kicking out. She's been a distributor as well. Multiple assists. Foul called on the way to the hoop. Pender going to be decisive. No need for a quick shot. They've melted 28 seconds off the shot clock, and now they get a fresh one after that foul.
You know, it's funny when you think about the shot clock and at all classes. How many times have we seen Pender in games like this ice it?
Yeah.
You know, because they handle the basketball so with so many ball handlers, good free throw shooters. But even with the shot clock, they did a great job to run clock down there. And
point blank, Bunny doesn't fall. Rebound volleyballs its way to Jordan McMahon eventually. Bad pass up ahead, taken away by Hansen. Just past the halfway mark, fourth quarter. Pender trying to do what some would think is unthinkable. Walsh lost it. Now Welker. Left side, tough angle on that one. Rebound. Hansen out with it, then she's fouled. And a tough half for Clara Welker. She is 0 for 7 from the field. Hey, folks, stick around after the game. We'll talk to our player of the game, brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center.
I'm going to have to induct Myra Hansen into my lunch pill player club.
It's official.
Just love the way she does just a little bit. She's got a good stat line. 10 points, 5 rebounds. Or 2 rebounds, or 5 rebounds, 2 assists. But she's a player that just comes up big when this team needs it.
Lost the handle there, then a foul called on Dolliver. That'll be the second on Madeline Dolliver.
You're getting very physical right now, and officials allowing that physical play.
Millard North, they just need some buckets.
I got to get something to fall. Love a 3 here, but you just need something to fall.
Good look. Galligan can't get the roll. McMahon getting the tip. Second chance, McKenzie, the only player who scored for Millard North this quarter, off the mark. And then a foul underneath the hoop called on Millard North.
Good defensive board there by Mosser. Time is a factor now.
Yep.
Down 11, and we're under 3 minutes.
Next foul, by the way, will put Pender in the bonus. Coach Dolliver telling his team to relax, not rush to the hoop, melt clock, unless your name's Hadley Walsh, and you can find an open player like that. Hadley Walsh, no field goals, but she has helped other players get field goals. Mosser, 5 this half, 9 for the game. Galligan. Tough one, but they need to start taking tough ones. They just need to start hoisting.
Got to score here.
Galligan will head to the line.
When you talk about Hadley Walsh, you talk about a player that can affect the game without scoring. And that's a true mark of a great player, is how do you affect the game? Now she's been able to get to the free throw line, didn't have any field goals, but we saw Coach Dolliver over there, once she got the ball, urging her to go to the basket, was able to drive and dish. And you're comfortable with a player like her handling the basketball at this time of the game.
Galligan hits both. She's got 6. Back to an 11-point game.
Mustangs need a steal. They need something here. They need some quick points.
Pender's going to be content to work as much clock as they can. Walsh trying to find some room. Dolliver. Driving, kicking, throwing it away. Numbers for Millard North, 3-on-1. Right side, McKenzie. Pump fakes, follows off the window, got it. That ends a streak of 3 straight misses. Gets Millard North back within 9. And got a stoppage. I think the officials thought Millard North was calling a timeout. They did not.
I thought that's what we were going to have, but no one called it, so keep playing. Play on.
And McKenzie with 16 of Millard North's 37 points. She has all but 2 of their field goals in the second half. And now Pender's in the bonus.
I think that foul's on McKenzie. It's her third. McKenzie missed that one and was kind of off balance when she missed it and was still able to snare that rebound and regain that balance and go back up and score. That's a mark of a very talented player, especially at her age.
3 more years of varsity basketball. How good is she going to get? Hadley Walsh, meanwhile, missing the front end. Holloway back into the contest for Pender.
Pender with 18 turnovers this game. If I told you that and I didn't tell you anything else, and it was in the fourth quarter, you'd think Pender would be behind.
Effort plays like that, though, the offensive rebound helping. The shot doesn't go for Mosser. Now the other way, that shot missed everything. A little wild from McKenzie. Out of bounds to Pender. Well, here's a question, Lou. Back-to-back games. We've seen Oakland Craig look dominant against Cross County. Pender is a minute 42 away from beating a Class A team. Who you got?
Well, I'll say this. Pender won the first game.
That's true.
Tough to beat a good team twice, but Pender did win the first one.
We might just see it at the East Husker Conference Championship here on News Channel Nebraska. Live in Stanton later on this season. Mark your calendars for that one, folks. Whoever is in the championship, boys and girls, those are going to be great games.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's always a great tournament.
Madeline Dolliver, 7 points for her in the game.
A minute 41 to go, and Pender's up 10. I'm looking for Gene Hackman. Is he here anywhere? Oh, no, he passed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, still 10 feet. Second one goes 5 this quarter, 8 for the game. Pender up 11. Millard North. Boy, when the story of this game is told, it's going to be the lack of makes from three that'll be a big part of this. McKenzie heading to the line here. But Mariana Zafir Murphy missing there. This is a team that is used to shooting much better from three than they have today. As a team coming into the contest, 26% as a team. Not great, but certainly much better than the 1 for 17 they are right now.
And sometimes when, it's catchy,
Yep.
When you start making it sometimes, it becomes, it catches on. And then sometimes when you're missing and kids start pressing, and then those shots just aren't falling.
McKenzie splits the pair, 17 for her. Coming up on a minute to go in this one, Pender. Looks like they're going to do it. They're up 10. 4-possession game. Millard North needs a miracle. And here's where those ball handlers come in handy. Walsh with a minute to go, poke from behind. Pender will inbound with 9.
If they hang on, this is going to be a real feather in Pender's cap. Already a 3-time defending state champ, now up in C2. I think all you had to do if you're Coach Oliver, say, you know what, we beat a Class A team this year. We can handle this Class C2 field.
Shot clock down to 2. Hansen fouled and will head to the line. They milked all 35 seconds and will get free throws out of it.
Bring that lunch pail, Myra.
You think if we made NCN shirts that said lose lunch pail player, that they would want them?
My mom would probably buy one.
There you go. It's an honor, folks. That's the kind of player that you want to be. It's the kind of player coaches need if they're going to win championships. That player is willing to do anything.
Not always the star of the team, but a player that it impacts the team's winning very greatly just by doing whatever it takes.
Hansen. When we say that, she's someone who averages 11 and 5.
That's what I said. She has a good stat line. It's not like she's just some player off the bench, but you're surrounded by some great players. Sometimes you forget about Myra Hansen, but she's a heck of a player.
Those free throws put her in double figures with 10. Pender 40 seconds away from one of the most monumental wins, I would say, in state of Nebraska regular season history.
Yeah, this is a great win.
A Class C2 team on a neutral floor beating a Class A opponent.
A C2 team that's been in D1 for a while.
That's true. McMahon passing on a 3. Now she'll take NBA range. Can't bank it home. Shot clock is off.
Just can't get it to go.
Millard North just could not find the offense consistently enough when they needed it. They get the steal here. McKenzie on the run out. 19 points for her, the freshman. 9.8 seconds to go in this one. But Millard North going to come up short here today. But I think in Class A, you look at Millard North now 7-4. They've got some nice wins on their schedule. And what was already a fairly crowded Class A in terms of teams that are going to make the state, I think the field's a little bit more crowded because this Millard North team, still with room to grow, is 7-4 in early January.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the talent that this team has. It just wasn't their game today. You know, for whatever reason, it couldn't make three-pointers, which was kind of the key. I thought Pender did a good job in that low-post defense, especially in the second half. Kind of took away a little bit of that size, and certainly Clara Welker, who was kind of dominant there at times in the first half. But if that paint touch is taken away, that those post plays and the paint touches, you got to be able to make perimeter shots. Millard North just wasn't able to do that here this afternoon.
You saw the tunnels, Broken Bow, Fort Calhoun. They'll be taking the court next. A couple of really good Class C1 teams. Fort Calhoun, they've got a pretty impressive resume coming into today.
That might be one of the games of the tournament.
9.8 to go. Hadley Walsh. Shot clock is off. Pender doesn't need to take his shot. The Penn Dragons. Anybody, anytime, anywhere. Pender takes down Class A Millard North. Your final 50-40. Penn Dragons get to 12-1. Post-game show next. This is News Channel Nebraska.
Every team needs an MVP. And in Kearney, it's Speedy Mart at 1711 West 56th Street. Fuel up fast at our plenty of pumps. Then grab a winning snack or refreshing drink to keep you moving all day. Enjoy Chester's Chicken or Godfather's Pizza, plus all your favorite snacks and beverages inside. Friendly, energetic staff makes every visit a victory. Speedy Mart, your MVP for convenience, fueling up your busy day.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a Teammates mentor. I've heard Teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates helps students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Memorial Community Hospital and Health System. Proudly supports the Fort Calhoun Pioneers. We're on your team providing quality care close to home. And by News Channel Nebraska. Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Beatrice Community Hospital is proud to serve Beatrice and the surrounding area for over 100 years. We provide quality care with small-town hospitality. Our services include family medicine, OBGYNs, robotic surgery, diagnostic imaging, and more. We're excited to grow our services, including a new medical clinic building in the community of Wymore. We're proud to be a top 20 rural hospital. And thank you for trusting us to care for you and your family. Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care. Incredibly close.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. NPPD is using advanced technology to generate and deliver the reliable energy you have come to expect. Like AI-driven platforms to optimize energy generation, drones for infrastructure inspection, advanced metering for faster outage detection, and helping advance carbon capture and sequestration technologies. It's not just electricity we are delivering, it's innovation. Powering the state, empowering your life. Nebraska Public Power District.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Hebron Central Market, your locally owned grocery store in Hebron, a proud supporter of the Titans. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Welcome back. Jason Dolliver, winning head coach of the Pender Penn Dragons after the 50-40 victory over Millard North. Coach, this was a game that everybody highlighted when the lineup was announced. Taking on a Metro Power in Class A. You being a team that was D1 last year, C2 this year, you beat them by 10. What does that represent, and how are you feeling as the head coach of the team to do it?
Well, I feel fantastic. What that represents is a program that's established, because they've worked their cans off to get where they are. Those are girls who've played against the best players in the country for a lot of years over the summertime, and it just means our program is where I think it is.
When you look at
think it is.
Well, and look at what you did today specifically. What allowed you to have the success against the Mustangs and get the 10-point victory?
I tell you what, they play really good defense. They're physical, they're strong. What allowed that was our skill was on display. We made some mistakes, but anytime you face a defense that plays that hard and that physical and they rotate that many girls, you got to have a good skill level in order to overcome that. And I think you saw that right there, especially against their pressure press.
Lastly, what can you say about Hadley? She has made history, our statistic team has told us, as the first ever two-time player of the game for the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase.
Well, one of your News Channel Nebraska people asked me what it's like for a coach. She's either a coach's dream or a coach's nightmare. I get to be the coach's dream because she's an awesome kid, awesome player, and she's a nightmare for everybody else. And the only bad thing is she's a senior, and I'm going to miss her, but we got a little bit left, and I'm going to enjoy every second with that kid.
Coach, thank you so much, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for the coverage.
Our pleasure as we bring in our Nebraska Orthopedic Center player of the game, Hadley Walsh, 17 points, the first ever Hadley, two-time player of the game at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. So, with that in mind, and knowing that you just defeated Millard North, a Class A power, how are you feeling about the accomplishment?
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I had a team behind me, and it just makes it so much better to do it with these girls because they are my best friends. I spend every day with them. So I'm just happy that we've got to come here, and all my 4 years we came here and got a win, so that was just awesome.
Coach said you're either a coach's dream if it's from his perspective or a coach's nightmare for those playing against you. What makes you an opposing coach's nightmare in how you play?
I would just say I want to win, and I know that I have a team behind me, so they really helped me a lot, so I couldn't do it without them. So I mean, I know he says stuff like that, which is really nice, but I couldn't do it without my team, and especially I couldn't do it without my coaches.
Lastly, how are you feeling about the ultimate goal, and if you guys will be able to accomplish it this year in Class C2?
I mean, it's something we all really want. I'm really looking forward to it. There's some tough competition down there in C2, but I think that we have a good opportunity to show what we can do, and I'm super proud of what we've been doing so far.
Hadley, congrats and best of luck trying to achieve that.
Thank you.
That is Hadley Walsh, 17 points, our player of the game. Eric and Lou, back up to you guys.
Well, thank you, Brandon. And that interview brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. They've never lost here at the showcase. They've never lost at the state tournament when Hadley Walsh is on their roster. Tough to bet against the Pender Pendragons right now. All right, let's take a look at our top plays for this one as Pender comes to Kearney. Class C2 Pender, three-time defending champs last 2 years in Class D1, trying to take down a Metro Conference power in Millard North from Class A. And first quarter, early on, Lou, we learned that Hadley Walsh can play at whatever level you want her to. 10 points in the first quarter alone.
Absolute nightmare, as Coach said. A spin move in the lane there to start the ball game that really got this team off. Just on one possession, got this team off going very well offensively.
Millard North was able to do what they normally do, which is get points in transition, use their physical defense. You saw Galligan with the lay-in there. It was Hadley Walsh who kept Pender afloat in that first quarter. Great distribution as well. An incredible pass there from Madeline Dolliver to Briley Mosser, who was the benefactor of a lot of good passing. Pender with the 15-9 lead after one. Second quarter, Pender starts hitting from deep, and Lou, that might have very well been the difference in this one. Pendragons hit outside shots. Millard North, despite great plays here from Maya McKenzie, just wasn't able to get it going from outside.
Yeah, that was definitely the difference. Just Pender able to knock down perimeter shots, and Millard North couldn't, and that was really the difference in the game.
That perimeter shot there by Allie Reuter beat the buzzer. That was a huge make.
Yeah.
It was a one-possession game. Reuter hits that. They go up 6 heading into the half. They carry that momentum into the second half. You see Myra Hansen hit the triple there. She had 8 of her 10 in the second half. Millard North trying to stay with it. That's a good, strong take and finish by Kinley Anderson, but that was her only bucket of the game. Millard North able to run some decent offensive sets. That one gets them to within 7, but just when it seemed like the Mustangs would start to get in it, maybe close the gap, here comes Pender. And Lou, our player of the game, Hadley Walsh, had no field goals in the second half, but was the passer on that one. It was her ability to find open players and Pender's ability to find open players and hit big shots that allowed them to come out on top today.
Yeah, Walsh, not just a scorer, but also a rebounder. Had 9 rebounds in this ball game, and we saw the assists. Millard North, those shots were too few and far between. And boy, you got to give hats off to Pender. What a great win for this program, beating not just a Class A team, but a good Class A team here today.
50-40 the final. Pender now 12-1 on the year. So now we've got Class C1 up next. Fort Calhoun against Broken Bow. That's coming up next as we look at our remainder of the schedule. We're in the second half. Maybe a mid-afternoon snack is in order for those watching us. Again, good chance to get up, stretch the legs, walk around the house a little bit, maybe crack a window, go outside, breathe some fresh air, then come right back because we've got 4 more games on the slate. It starts with